All right, let's see. Here I am, and we will be doing some more work on React Native. We started to do some stuff the other day and continued yesterday, and we will see if we can now, after the fact, get some testing done. Let me just let my students in here. I will be sharing my screen as well, but let's try to get into the stream, if you may,
Hello,
boys.
Thomas.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can't.
You can't hear us. You can't hear me. Let's see, microphone. Can you hear me now? No?
I can see you on Twitch if I unmute you on Twitch.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to. Can you hear me now?
No.
No? No.
I think I can hear you.
Oh,
yeah. You can hear me?
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Yes.
no. Yeah.
All right, good
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, so we're all good to go on that at least. Right. Okay. So
everyone.
hello. We are live on Twitch, so you have to go to join there to see me working. And if you have any background sounds, perhaps if you're not gonna talk, you can mute yourself. That would be perfect. Right. So we are still in the Hello World application, which is where we left off yesterday. And if we just spin it up, if we do yarn start like this, something like that, then we should be good to go. Should see something like this, and we want to open this up in the web browser. We're compiling everything, and the app should look like this. I know it's making a background call to the API, or is it? Should be making a call.
Faraka might need a second to wake up.
Yeah, it might need a second to wake up. Let's see if we can rething.
Oh. There it is. I got
it. Right, we got a few warnings here. We have an invalid child context, virtualized cell key of type number. Yeah, exactly. We had this discussion yesterday when Cypress was around, and I changed it to, I removed it to string. But the thing is that it's not okay. It needs to contain that, because now it's using a little bit of strong typing. So he expects a string, and if he doesn't get a string, it issues a warning. So, and if we want to silent that warning, we need to set that property to a string. So that's the way that cookie crumbles. There's nothing we can do about that. So we will just open up a new tab.
Wait, are we missing Kim?
We're gonna do code here, and we will actually change that back to that was on first screen, was it?
Yeah.
Right. And that was the key extractor, right?
Yeah.
Key extractor, and that would be equals this, and then it was a callback, right?
Yes, correct.
Right. With a property, was it? Did you say article?
Yeah.
Article, and then we just returned article dot id to string.
Yes.
Right. String. There we go. So that should silence that warning, and we need this. I remember we spoke about this yesterday, and it works without it, but it gives us a warning. You know, it doesn't. It's not correct. So we just need that. Okie dokie. So we're good to go on that. The next thing we want to focus on is to just make a commit here. I'm on my main branch, so git status, and I change that so git ci am adds key extractor to flat list. Right, and that's it. And I'm gonna check out the new branch, and I will call it Cypress tests. That's what I will do. And so I will also do yarn add in the development environment Cypress. And we can do pretty much the same thing here as we always do with Cypress, but not quite. There are a few caveats here where we need to kind of take another turn. Let me just see if I have my right. I don't have it here, so it is in this one. Just need to find my packages while this is installing. Right. Damn, it takes forever to install. Why does it take so long? Does it take so long for you too?
I understand.
Yeah.
Not fine.
Yeah. Right. Now we're done. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is to say npx cypress install. That's the simplest way to do this. Oh, it is already. Okay, so where is it? Open? Right. npx cypress open, because we need to verify that Cypress is up and running, right? And we get this usual stuff where Cypress installs a lot of dependence. I mean, a lot of default default tests for us. We've seen those tests before. For any members of the audience that haven't tested so much with Cypress before, hello UT, by the way. If you haven't tested with Cypress before, it would be a good idea to actually read through those tests, run them in that particular order, and try to figure out what they do, because they are a great source of knowledge if you do that. And if you guys haven't done it, I would strongly recommend that you do that at some point, because there is a lot of things to learn here. And by the way, you guys are really getting proficient in Cypress. I saw that Redux, the store dispatch that you put in one of your PRs, and I actually complimented you for it. That's a very nice solution. So good on you guys. Good on you. Personally, I will say, okay, I got it. I will close this. I would do rm rf Cypress integration examples. No, Cypress integration. Yeah, exactly. So ls Cypress and just recreate mkdir integration. Right. So I need. Oh shit! Now I did that again. No. So. Oh, okay. So ls Cypress. Really? What am I doing now? Am I making a fool of myself? Cypress. Right. The integration needs to be put in here. Right. So you need to have an empty integration folder in Cypress subfolder. Okay? Or in the Cypress folder. Are we done with that, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a small little problem with running Cypress together with React Native, and because we are using let's see, what am I now? Yeah, because we're using Expo, right? We can't really spin this up in the same way that we do regularly. Okay, like you can't use create React or create server and test or start server and test and anything like that. So basically, what we need to do is to get hold of this application here that is running on localhost 19006. That's the address that will always be used when you spin this up using using Expo. Understand? So
Yep.
and that's pretty much what you need to do. So in our integration, or let's say in the Cypress JSON file, sorry, we can set base URL, and we set that to double quotes, to localhost 19006. And we can also say web, what is it? Chrome Web. What is it called?
Chrome Web Security, right?
Yeah, exactly. Chrome Web. And we want to set that to false. And don't forget the comma there, of course. Right. So we want to set Chrome Web Security to false, like this. Okay. So now in our integration folder, we want to create a new file, and we want to say, user can view, or can view details of an article .feature.js, something like that. And then we just do add a describe block, and we say view details of an article, and then we just do CI before, or is it just before? No, it's just before, right? Before block. Why aren't you giving me my, there we go, before, there we go. And so we just say CI dot visit this, and then we just do an it block, for instance, or rather a describe block by clicking on an article, or is it, I don't know, in flat list, in index, or in flat list, in list. Just, that's not right. So we say CI, sorry, now I'm messing things up. Move that in like this. So we have a nested describe block, and then we need to get like before block, and we just say CI and then get, and we probably need like data CY, and then would be like article dash, and then the ID. So let's say that it has an ID of 999. We don't know that, but we're going to stub it out anyway. Do you understand? Yep. And we want to click on that or tap on it. Then the problem now is that there is a discrepancy between clicking, the lingo that we are using in Cypress test, because Cypress is created for web applications, right? So we will probably use click on that. But as we said yesterday, we are not really clicking on anything in React Native. We are tapping or pressing or stuff like that, right? So you have to take that into account, basically. We will take a look if there are any extensions that we can use to change those commands, for instance, or something. We could potentially override them ourselves, but you know, it is what it is, right? So you know, and then is or clicking on an article, not by clicking, but just clicking an article in list is expected to display a title, or display valid, or a title. Yeah, let's do that. And then we just say ci.get, and then we do something like data cy equals you know, title, and then we say should contain dot text, and that would be my awesome article or something. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do here. But pretty simple. We could test for other things that we have an amount of articles and all of that stuff here, but we're just gonna spin this up for now, pick the lowest hanging fruit here. Okay, note that I haven't intercepted anything or stubbed out anything yet on this one. I just want to run this first and see what else we need to do. Is that okay, guys?
Yes.
Have you written this simple text?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Yep.
So we can do, you know, if without any, you know, things in our package JSON, we're just gonna do npx Cypress open at this stage. Remember that you need to have the application up and running in another tab using Expo. You understand?
Yep.
Okay. So user can view details of an article. We click on that. That opens up here, and we see this, and now he's failing because it's not going to happen, right? Because we haven't stubbed things out in any way. So we should fail on this. Can you guys confirm that you see the application at least and so on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone?
It opens, I need some time.
Okay.
Well, I don't, but I think it's a thing with my system. Because it's probably a different IP on mine.
It shouldn't be.
ESL.
It should be 19006 actually. You can check that if you spin up your application.
Yeah.
You can see that.
I'm not verified at this service, but
I'm good.
well, you can continue. So.
Yeah, I need everyone on board before we move on. We're gonna tweak some more stuff here. But yeah, what we could do is to we could just go to we're gonna go and grab the fixture somewhere. You guys have a fixture for this on some of your client side or in your code.
I did not get it.
Okay, and what did you get?
Oops, we found an error preparing this test file.
Yeah, so is there an error in the test file?
Webpack yeah, it's errors everywhere. A missing file of dependency, a syntax error in file or one of the dependencies.
Did you install your Cypress and everything? Could you
Yeah.
perhaps you want to share your screen?
I can
Okay.
share.
Yeah, let's do that.
Maybe I spelled something wrong.
Yeah, go to the articles feature, please. And scroll up to the very top.
Ah.
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know. It's your
Who's
code.
got it?
It's your code.
Ah, no, it just got there.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. What the fuck?
Is everybody else on board? You guys good?
Yes.
Nope.
Who's saying no?
Me. I come in late, so I haven't seen a shit pretty much. We started before. Okay.
Okay, so we installed Cypress.
Yeah.
And
I
we
love it as well now. So
once again.
I installed Cypress already.
Yeah. So we go to Cypress JSON and you set the base URL to HTTP localhost 19006.
Yeah. Done.
And the Chrome Web Security to false. You spin this up. You do yarn web or yarn start, so it actually, starts the server in one terminal, and then you write a test where you basically say, visit the root path or visit application, and then I had another describe block, and I'm just saying that I want to get the data CY article dash and then probably an ID number. I'm going to use that for that, and I want to click on it, and then I should see in a data CY title we should contain text my awesome article. We don't have any of that yet. We haven't stubbed it out, so this should fail, but you should see your application. This first command should work, and I just want to make sure that everybody has that now. Lucas, you still didn't have that.
No, it's like starting localhost on different. Now it's 03. Before it was 02.
What once again?
It's starting up the local host on different numbers every time.
Okay, let's. Could you share your screen?
Yep.
All right. Right. So. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just navigate to your browser. It is not 19002. It's 006. So you can change that in the Cypress JSON.
What about this then?
Don't worry about it. Trust me. You should trust me.
Are you on start?
Yeah, just yarn start this. Go to your Cypress JSON. Don't go anywhere else. But there you go. And just change that to 6. Yeah. Right, and then you go to your to another terminal. Do you have the test file written?
Yep. So another terminal.
Yep, and you now just do npx.
That's the same, yeah.
npx Cypress open, not run. Open.
Maybe you need that Chrome Web Security.
See, this guy's on 04 now.
That's on 4, but that's not what we're looking for.
Okay.
That is not what we're looking for. So could you just open a browser, a regular browser, and just go to localhost? Or you know what? Just click on run in web browser. Could you run that in web browser? There's a link on that.
Like yarn.
No, yarn. There's a link on your web page, the one that you're moving around at the moment. And it says run in web browser. There you go. Right.
And now it's starting on 606.
Yes, and now you run your test. Just retry. Go to your test runner and just run it, or try again, or something like that. Doesn't really matter.
Now we're on it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It is always on. It's always on that. It's always on 19006. Once it's started,
okay.
It needs to run.
So the web browser needs to run. Okay, I have this over here.
Yeah. Okay. So
Perfect.
my question. So you were up. Luke, are you up?
Yes.
Okay. Kim.
I don't know it.
Seva, are you up and running?
I'm up and running.
Okay, David
Yes.
and
That is
Aaron.
good.
Yes.
Okay, all right, good stuff. Let's move you out of the way. And Yeah. So my question to you guys is that you had do you have a fixture file for your articles somewhere
Hmm.
in any of your
Yeah, I can
projects?
find one. I
You have
can
to tell
find
me.
one.
You have to tell me about it.
I'll find it. A link in the GitHub, in the Twitch.
Okay.
These are not images though.
Huh?
These are images from the EVS.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. All right, so I'm gonna grab this file, and I'm just gonna copy this one. Do you remember how many they are? Or well, I can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
7.
6, 7. All right. Okay, let's just take them, and I'm gonna go into the fixtures file, and I'm just gonna create a new fixture file, and I'm gonna say articles.json like this, and I'm just gonna paste this baby in, format my code. That's it. And so here, I just want to intercept this by saying in the before action, I want to say ci dot intercept, and what we want to intercept is a get request. So we're just going to say get, and we want to intercept the fakest news. You can say there it is. Fakest news API articles, right? That's the thing. And we want to respond with a fixture. And so we're just going to say fixture, and that fixture would be articles.json. And I'm going to go into my first article. So I'm going to go into that fixture, and I'm going to change the title of the first one to my awesome article, and the ID will be changed to 999 because that's what I used in my thing. So let's see if we can. This will still fail, but I want to see it fail for me, and what the error message will be. Okay. It says my awesome article. It doesn't want to fetch my stuff. Why not? Is there any? Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. Why doesn't he want to fetch my things? Failed to load resource of the server. Responded with a such forbidden. But that's because we have closed that AVS, right? You can only generate those image URLs with a limited lifespan. Is that so?
Yeah, exactly. So that's I said the other.
Oh,
fixture.
You sent the other one. Okay, you sent another one that works better.
Yeah, that has
With
not those images.
Okay. So I'm just gonna change that. All right. So I have this other thing here, and so I'm just gonna copy them. I'm gonna go in and replace everything, and again I'm just gonna say 999 here, and title will be my awesome article, right? I think that's what I used. Yes. Okay. Good stuff. So now we can get rid of this for now, at least. Right, which means that we can run this again. There we go. We should be able to see those. Oh, awesome. Yeah, okay. So we're failing on some other stuff. and we're going to change that now. So here, now the thing is that if I give my, so we can use data CY as well, right? But I'm going to show you one thing that you need to take into account, because sometimes people, and I don't know if you are really into this data CY, and I think it's good, but sometimes people use IDs even in React Native. There is a problem with that. So I just want you to be listen carefully now and see what's up. So if I go into my first, if I go into my first screen, and then I give this guy an ID, and I say, well, I actually can string interpolate here. So I'm going to say article, and then dash, and then $, curlies, and then article dot ID, item ID, sorry. Item ID, right? And now we run this, and we inspect this, we will get weird, sometimes at least, or it used to be this. So we inspect this again, and we can see here, let's see, so we can show this properly. We go up here to the article. Which one is it? This is the one. Style. You see, you don't get that anywhere. Let's see if we can search for it. So CSS view. Now we're on everything. You see, you don't see the ID anywhere, do you? The ID is simply not there.
Hmm.
Do you understand? It's not there. And the question is whether if we change this ID to data CY and reload, rerun this thing, and we inspect the first one, it has a style. Can't really see that either, can we? Let me know if you find anything with data CY when you inspect. But I can't really see it.
Nope, I can't find it.
Right. So let's do another thing then. Let's do, instead of data CY, let's say test and then ID, like this, with a small I, with a capital I and a small d. Okay? Test ID. And reload the thing. Well, it did reload already, probably, but let's do it anyway. And inspect this guy. And we don't see that here either, or do we? No. We don't see that. We don't see that. Or do we? No. No, we don't. So let's change that to test ID with a capital D. Okay? And reload that again. And inspect. And we should,
Look at this view, enter and test.
in principle, but we don't see that either here actually. Well, that's weird, because I was like really under the impression that the test ID would be shown. Actually, that's a bit weird. Hold on a second. Now I was really convinced that the test ID would show. Yeah.
I see a test ID.
Where do you see it?
I gave it test ID with, as you wrote it, but I see it as test ID with small everything. Test
Like,
ID.
how do you mean small everything?
Like IDs is lowercase, but in my code it's uppercase.
So you did this test and then uppercase ID.
Yep. But I don't think you can give it to the actual component. Maybe that's why.
But where did you give it?
As the first, the first thing that the wrapper, you could say, around everything inside of article, inside of the component.
Yeah, but that's not going to help us much anyway. But I guess it takes us a little closer to the mystery where the test IDs are. What's happening to them? You mean on the flat list? Is that what you?
No, I mean in the article component, because right now you're passing it down as a prop. I think test ID is a prop to article.
Okay, so you mean that you're not here, but rather in the article. Where is that? That's here. So you mean on the touchable opacity, or where is that?
Yes.
Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. Now he doesn't want to play ball.
It says data test ID.
Now he doesn't want to play ball. Oh, because it's item. Sorry, it's article. Right. So inspect and inspect again, and we should be where? True. Let's see. I still don't see it. Data, yeah, data test ID. There you go. There you go. There you go. I see it now. Data test ID. So now, you know, what you want to do is to change your test to not look for data CY, but rather for data test ID. You understand? Okay. And test ID in this case needs to be lowercase, as Lucas said. You down with that?
Yeah.
And now I'm going to close this, and I'm going to rerun, and now he clicks on it. Yeah, now the click is actually happening. And so what we need to do now is to say my awesome article needs to be wrapped in that as well. So we have to go to the article.js, and we're going to go to the text, and we're going to say test ID equals title, right? And so now we should, in principle, but we need to change the test. Did we change the test? Yeah, I did. So I'm going green on this now. So we can't use data CY in the same way that we did before. We need to, and we don't use IDs the same way HTML is using IDs. We're using test IDs instead, and they are transformed into data attributes. It doesn't necessarily have to make sense, so I will not ask, does it make sense? But do you understand that that's what we need to do? David?
I'm working on mine yet. I didn't get it yet.
Okay, but my question was whether you understand if that's what we need to do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, good. Right, that was my question. So,
Okay.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seva, do you understand that this is the way we need to identify elements?
Yeah.
Good
Sensible.
stuff. Right, Christer.
Yeah,
Okay,
but I didn't get green. But
and what is the
it's
error
the last.
message?
It's the title should timeout running after 400 ms. Data test ID title
Should contain text. Whatever
should
you.
contain my awesome article.
Well, what does it contain? Does it say my awesome article or?
Nope.
Well, then you have to
Yeah,
change the fixture.
it's. But maybe wait. Yeah, I think it's the fixture that I fucked up.
All right.
Yes, it's my fixture.
Lucas, do you understand that this is the way we have to do the things?
Sir.
Right.
Now it's green.
Okay. Arun, do you understand that this is the way we have to do things in order to find
Yes.
elements? Okay. are
Yeah,
you-
with the test ID. Yep, I
Okay.
got it.
Kim, are you with that?
Yeah.
All right. And Luke?
Yep. I see typos ahead of us when we're testing.
Yep.
The good thing here is that if you have your IDE configured, then if you go to a node to view, for instance, and start to save test, then it pops up test ID. Do you understand? So you can just hit enter and that's it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that then you
cool.
don't have to. The only thing that is important to remember is that it is being transformed into data test ID, right?
Yeah.
So,
And small.
and small, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Good. Now this doesn't look like a mobile phone at all, does it? No. So the good thing is that there are built-in functions for that in Cypress. And you know how I am. I'm a lazy person. You should be too, because being lazy is a good thing because there are so many pressing things and interesting things to do that if you can avoid doing the bread and butter stuff, then you should be good to go, right? So we're just going to do ci.viewport. Or is it called view? It's probably called viewport. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to do iPhone 6. Really, I'm going to pick the lowest hanging fruit here. So I'm just going to say this. CI viewport iPhone 6. And boom, we are on iPhone 6. Okay. Hold off on the standing ovations, people. Let's do iPhone X. Is there anything like that? I don't know. No, it was a small X actually, not a big one. Yes, there is iPhone X, so you can use that. Yay!
Man.
I know. But so that's how you test. That's pretty much everything you need to know about testing with Cypress. These are the only differences between.
And then it's just you can go the same way. Everything.
Yeah, all of the other stuff is the
Yeah.
same. Yeah, which is you find an element, you click on it, you type in something, and you do all your stuff, right? All right. Let's see if there's anything that we can add. Well, that's not the one. That's not the one I want to use. Let's see if we can do Cypress plugin mobile. I don't know. Perhaps somebody wrote something that is interesting. There is a list of Cypress plugins. Browserify, Cucumber, App Watcher, Preprocessor, ESLint. I don't know. Let's do mobile. Mobile commands. Oh, yay. Let's check it out. Viewport Samsung. Okay. What does it do for me? Oh, you can swipe. Oh, that's cool. You can swipe, you can visit mobile, URL. Okay. Visit book somewhere, zoom on map, visit mobile map somewhere. Don't really understand what it does, but I guess it's okay. 2 weeks ago, so it seems kind of active. All right, so let's go to the repository. How do I install this? Install save CI mobile commands, and then I import them in support, and then I can swipe. I don't have to swipe now because I don't swipe so much in this one, but Mobile friendly leaves to believe it's a mobile app. Yeah. I don't really see the benefit of this, to be honest. Do you see any benefit of using this? I mean, you can swipe.
Making
Perhaps-
a new Tinder.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say.
Yeah, if you, but we don't use swipe so much in this application.
No.
Yeah. So no, let's not use that one. But just be aware that it's there. So if you add swiping, then you know that somebody else already addressed this at one point in time. So is that okay? That you can just take a note about this. Let's see if there's anything else interesting. Mobile. No, that's the only thing. Is there anything like phone? Microphone? No. No, there's nothing else here that is important. No. Is there anything about the viewport? Perhaps. That's the only thing. No. CI view, what is that? Okay, so you can configure multiple devices and yeah, but this doesn't seem too cool anyway. No, I think that's it, folks. Who's doing the drumming? That's okay.
Wasn't it?
Any questions on this? I mean, this was a very short stream. Have you solved that issue with this featured article disappearing when you start to swipe?
Yeah.
And how did you solve it? Let me.
It's on the. It's a PR now.
It's a PR waiting for you.
Yeah.
Really? On the client side? No, on the pay. Where is that?
Native. Fake news native app.
There it is. Right. PR waiting for me. Let's have a look at the PR then. Display list of articles. There's no. Oh, there it is. Okay. Awesome. Looks very nice. Let's have a look how you did it then. There was quite a few commits there. But only 5 changed files. I love it. Status versus style sheet article hero. Okay. Article set articles, fetch articles, async, access get that. That's pretty straightforward. Yeah, well, it's up to you. Fetch articles. Then flat list data. That is in app.jsx. Right, so you have the flat list and that returns if index is 0, then you return this, right? Else you return the article item. Well, that was pretty neat. Well, that's great. That wasn't that hard. How many hours did you spend on this?
Well, let's not talk about it.
Huh? No answer of the hours? No?
We're not talking about that.
It's in the past.
Anyway, it was wonderful. So, right.
Yes.
Then there's nothing else that is out of ordinary here, right?
It was
Right. Great job, boys. Let's approve this and let's merge this. Okay. Good stuff. So, do we have like a link to the? I probably asked for it yesterday, but I can ask for it again. Do we have a link to the deployed app, the web client? Could you post it in chat?
Let's see.
Yeah, I got it. No. It should be this one. Yeah, it's in Twitch, Thomas.
There we go.
That should work. I hope. Yeah, it does.
Fake news. Home backyard en. Oh, there's a. Okay. So you can change that. Right. How do you deal with this? These categories being translated. How does that work?
There is an array of categories, and we just translate an array with this T function, like usual.
So it doesn't matter what it says here. It's the array index that matters, or what?
Yeah, these are
No,
hard
we-
coded basically.
Yeah, I understand that they're
Okay.
hard coded, but when they change, like if it says politics here, and we change that to Swedish, it says politik.
Yeah.
Now, what will that? I don't see any articles here, but is that? I mean, what I'm asking for is, will the articles that are in politics be visible when we switch to Swedish?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we're using the index number of the array, or because we're using the string, or why is that? How did you solve that? That's my question.
I think we better check it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think the value that we pass down to the route, like we pass category with the route, and
Yeah,
then we
but-
make a request with that. So that is always in English.
It is.
Politics.
It is not here. Here it says in Swedish.
But
Oh well, then
Try another one.
it's not working.
Yeah, vetenskap is vetenskap, whereas if we go to English, it's science. Do you understand? So here's a good
That's-
example, because
that's
in
about-
science we see things, whereas if we
Ah.
change to this, we don't see anything. Do you understand?
That's,
So you
Now I understand what you mean.
so you probably don't want to pass this in, but rather the index of the array, right? Which is a good argument for that this should be actually an association and not just an attribute on the active record model. Yes, because then it doesn't matter. You're passing in the ID, so it doesn't matter what you are translating that to. Do you understand?
Okay.
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Shit.
So and this calls for either hard coding that on both front and back end, or having that as association, or looking into globalize, which will take this category and add a translation that, oh, if we're using English, then it's called science. If we're using Swedish, then it's called vetenskap. You understand? So I'm just exposing a
bug.
potential problem that, well, not a problem per se, but at least some decisions that you need to make in order to make this work. There are many routes and avenues you can go by, but just you have to deal with this one way or another. And then of course, that just so we understand each other, in your original brief, this needs to be localized, and so even if you get this to work, that the category is vetenskap, but if somebody else chose Swedish, he should probably not see the English articles, right? So you should probably filter that out. So you only want to show him the Swedish article, where even if there are versions, as I implied, that this could be possible, or just totally new articles, you should filter it out. Say that we don't show English English articles if somebody is on the Swedish version. You understand?
Mhm.
Right. Good. Bakgård. Is this supposed to say bakgård?
Yeah, we had to ask you this. It doesn't put in the navigation
Yeah.
or it puts like down everywhere except there.
Yeah.
Well, like React doesn't do it, or what do you mean?
Or it just
I don't
like
know.
it displays Swedish letters everywhere except for navigation menu. There
Yeah.
it just makes it English. Like we have no idea why.
Okay. Where in the code is that?
I think we change it. Give me a second.
That's on the client side, right?
Yes.
Is it semantic?
I seems so. Seems it is semantic. Because we thought that it's like a general problem with HTML, but then in other places, you don't have a problem with alphabet.
Okay.
Source.
It's in components, and then you have what?
I think
Layout?
that's some main page or something components.
It's
Main page there.
Yeah, something like close to main page.
I think it's a navbar, isn't it?
Main page imports and navbar, yeah?
I don't think so.
Where is it?
Layout number.
Yeah, but then they
Page maker tab, yeah.
You're saying a lot of things, but I don't really hear any instruction for me. Where should I go?
It's in here. It's in here.
It's kind of hard to say because it's like 15 seconds delay or something. So
Of me asking, or of you seeing something?
of visuals on the screen.
Yeah, but
and
so
which, like,
yeah, but it's okay. It's not. I'm asking a question. You don't have to see to answer that. Don't
no,
give me that,
like
guys.
you have to
Go-
see.
No, you don't have to see. You can just answer the question where that is coded. basically.
Go to navbar. It's line 50.
Okay, thank you. So it's basically in the translation files. That's what you're saying, right? Because line 50 is pointing to a translation file.
Yeah.
So that was
And
the
the
answer.
translation file is languages, and you will see English and Swedish there. GS files.
Right. Now we're back here to main page translation. Right. So is there anywhere you see, if you look at the Swedish translation line 18, you have bakåtkonspirationer från. Is that being displayed properly?
Yes, that's been displayed. That's the thing.
Okay, all right. Okay. Right. So that would imply that you guys are correct about the semantic UI asking for this. That was line 50, right? Name, menu item, name, T number. Right. Okay. So that would be right. So semantic UI don't, or menu item don't display. Oh, that's right. Special characters, tabular menu, GitHub. Let's see, semantic UI React. Yes. So you were not the only guys that had this issue, which is always nice.
Oh, there's thousands of answers. There's no answer at all, kind of.
Yes, it displayed this. Right, I see. I see. Yes, this is because no content is provided for the menu item. The name starts case until user to keep them Ethan J. Okay. Thank you for the follow. Right. This state active this, activates. Right. The name prop is the internal name of the menu items, programmatic name used in the hunt. Because in oh, not name of the usage. Handle item click. This fits. But that's not. This is not the answer. He's not answering the question, in my opinion. Menu item does not render from 2020. This one looks better. Expected result. Actual result. Yeah, so actually let's just see if we can research that. Right, being savage. 1, 2, 3. I remember that. Let's have a look. So menu item. Let's see. Whoa. That code sandbox didn't work.
Oops.
Let's say goodbye to that code.
I don't see it yet. There was no.
Oh no! Now I can see it.
There was no testing on that.
No. There was no testing on that. What are you saying? Is it 15 seconds delay? Really?
Yeah, the sandbox just closed for me.
Oh, really? There you go. Okay.
And I'm having 7th advertisement now in mind.
I haven't had one.
Yeah.
No, got 2 in a row now. Kind of want a Red Bull.
Right.
Me too.
Right.
Beautiful.
Being savage.
Oh, right. Let's see. We will fix this so we don't get menu, special characters. Menu type to name and fix menu. Wow. Then we start getting. This method removes special characters. If there is no content, then we start case the name of the use that for the content. This method, right? But it's. So try that. Try content. What did you have? Did you have? Right. Try to set this. Try to change this name. Well, keep the name, but also add content. Do you understand? Because the name can't use special characters because it's used internally for referencing this item. So apart from menu, you need to set a content property on this because that will be displayed. So what they meant in this answer is that if there is no content, then we use the name to display it. Do you understand? But the name cannot. I mean, HTML, the name cannot contain special characters. So what they do is that they sanitize that. So if you just add this, if any of you have this code base open, and you run this locally, and you just change that from name. Well, keep the name, but also add content on this specific one. Just to test this. Is anybody willing to do this as we speak?
I'm fetching
I can do
packages.
it. I can do it. Like
Yeah,
I
I'm
have,
on it
well,
too.
everything open. Should I present?
You can do that, definitely.
Oh, that's the wrong one. And where is the correct one? Here it is. So we're going for navbar.
Can you make it a little bigger for us?
Oh, okay.
Navbar line 50.
Yeah, number
No,
line 50.
I not only number line, I also need to get to the translations.
No, you can just copy. No, you don't. It's enough with the line number.
I cannot make this
Yeah, you just
Because I
copy
don't have
line
Swedish
50.
keyboard.
Copy line 50.
Line 50. Oh, right, okay.
And just paste it below, and just you're doing it in the wrong direction. Just paste it.
Oh.
Right. There you go. Right, and now you can spin it up. And we'll see if this works. Ta-da-da-da. There we go. Backyard, we go to Swedish.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome, people. There's a solution for everything, I guess. But you're gonna have to fix that issue with the categories one way or another. Generally speaking, you know, from my experience, I say that it's having them as hard-coded values or just property as a property of an article is not the best idea, generally speaking. But up until now, I would say that there is no reason for you to change that. But this kind of proves that there is a reason for it. So you can use enums, and you don't necessarily have to change the translations. But like if you store this as a number, you understand? Like if you use enums on the back end, which you probably do. I don't know if you do that or not on this one. But if you use it as an enum, then you serialize it and just send an integer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Then you can have in your translation file, you just say that you want to translate that 1 to Bakgård, for instance, and so you can hard code that. If you still want to keep this hard coded, then you can just have those translation files translate that from an integer to whatever string value you want. That's one way of doing that. I would probably personally go for an association instead, and play around with translating active record models. But I mean, it depends on you what you want to do here. But we solved at least one problem, so that was good.
Yep.
Right, now I don't even know where you guys are. There you are, fake news. Yeah, the responsiveness is still what it is. Yes. But it looks awesome. And you have everything translated. That's nice. That's great. That's awesome. Good work, people. Great work, actually, I would say. Anything else I can help you with at this point? Now you...
Is an admin PR that we could get merged?
Is there?
I think so, yeah. That's where the actual functionality for the editor as well, right, Lucas?
And an API also, I think.
All right, let's have a look at the admin. Editor can publish articles. As an editor, in order to make sure that the articles have good standards, I would like only editors to be able to publish articles. Okay. Right. Okay. To publish.
Yeah.
I don't know if our chat can weigh in on this, but I'm just gonna throw out the question there for people that have not been involved in this project. Do you understand what this user story is supposed to do? Is there, like, if I ask you guys, if you pretend that you don't know, let's pretend that you are just visiting this for the first time. Are you sure that you would understand what what you mean in this user story.
Probably wouldn't say as an editor, at least. Probably as someone else.
My problem is this, and I'm being really picky just because I'm in that picky mood today. Because
I
so
would like
if
editors and not journalists.
right, or yeah, perhaps, and then also I would probably want to clarify what publish is, because in like for a layman, the publish word could mean a lot of things, right? Like, but aren't the journalists publishing things? Well, I would say
The editor has the ability to review articles before publishing, something along those lines instead, or
right,
before they're published.
yeah, quite a lot of words here, absolutely, but yes, I
Yeah.
would say definitely.
I'm not. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not formulating it very well. I'm just thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, no. How about it's like I would like to only editors to be able to set the status of an article to published. Do you understand? So then we just scope it down a little more,
Yeah.
right? And so on. So again, semantics perhaps, but I just wanted to throw it out there. Add editor state depending on role attribute from authentication risk. Wow, wow, wow. Let's read this one out loud. Add editor state depending on role attribute from authentication response. That sounds like just a random set of words. Have I showed you my app that I called Bullshit Generator? No?
No.
No. Well, I'll show it someday. So I've written an API that generates random corporate, bullshit. Anyway, I understand what this says, but I wonder. It's the same thing here. It's about clarity. You understand? Like if the client reads this doesn't mean much to an external stakeholder. Perhaps make published attributes to fixture. Add published attribute to fixture. Okay, that's cool. Make published column make a published column in the table.
The article table, that should say.
Yeah, in the display. Okay, where we display it. Okay, so this is a bit ambiguous because this could, be interpreted like a database table by some, techies.
Sure.
Make the edit button into an action button that has to publish edit. It's also like, put request to route for the publish. Yeah, to toggle publish status probably. I'm just saying that, if you work in a real environment and you're actually going to communicate this to somebody that is non-technical, hasn't been part of actually writing this, then you probably want to, if it's valuable for them to understand what you mean, then you probably want to rephrase this.
Yeah.
Jeff Fosh 212. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Pop-up comment. What I've learned working on this wishy pop-up component. Sorry, pop-up. I've learned pop-up component. Okay, Windows Store dispatching inside. Right. All right. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Right. You have 4 approving reviews already. That's awesome. I wonder what I'm doing here. Everyone approved. Fantastic. Let's have a look.
Have you been approved by
Right. So we have this.
We can say straight off that the files changed because we finally added that VS Code file to standardize in this one. So that's why there's a lot of files changed.
Yeah. So you're welcome.
after this one, it'll be better.
Okay. Then we are having some formatting issues here again because of this. Okay. Right. And we have those fixtures, handle, editor logging, handle. Okay, so this is a bad habit that you guys have because the fixture doesn't handle anything, right? The fixture just provides some data. Right?
editor credentials.
Yeah. Right, the same thing here, right?
And
right. This is better. List of articles. That's straight up. And it's also like if you have this format of names, and then you have this, then you should spot that. Okay, and we have formatting issues here. Right. So there's some new. So you're adding this premium false published true. Is that what you're adding? No, premium you had before. What are you adding?
We're adding published true.
Okay.
I guess author also came with this actually. It wasn't there before.
It wasn't there before. No. Okay. Right. Editor can publish an article. Editor can publish articles successfully as an editor. Well, we hope, one would hope, because it's an editor here. Articles can be published successfully by an editor, right? If we talk English, I mean, it is right. But again, some people needs to read this one way or another. So this, right? Okay, so this is a fantastic solution. I like it. However, there is a however, because I'm in that mood today. But bear with me, like, okay. You could probably use this on load. You have these actions. The second argument of the CI visit function, when you say on before load, that's one thing that prepares the browser for whatever you want to do. But then you have on load, which happens after you have loaded the page, right? So keep it this way. Of course, now it's not a blocker in any way. I just want to point out that you could probably say, on load win and then win dispatch this. You would probably save yourself a little bit of code, and it will create a little bit of clarity to this, in my opinion.
True.
But that's just a tip. I'm not saying that you need to do anything like that. This is definitely not cool, because you're mixing. Not sure why you don't use data CY here, why you use IDs.
It is because this pop-up button is not part of the same frame or some shit. So data side doesn't apply to this. But
we did try many times.
Okay.
Yeah, it is very weird. Maybe the data test.
Okay, so nah. Well, I don't think so, because we're not in native. But for clarity, first of all, you can always argue that this is not clear at all. But what you could do is, of course, to keep it. That's one way. I trust you when you say that it doesn't work with data CY. But what you can say, like, this is a button, right? So you can say data CY and then just say button dot contains and then the text that it contains. Do you understand? Like something like this. CI dot get. It is a button, right? An HTML tag is a button.
Yeah.
So you would say button like this, and then dot contains, and then let's say it says publish, for instance, right?
Yep.
And then you dot. Not sure why you have dot first. Oh no, you didn't have on this one. All right. Action button click. Yeah, but okay, let's focus on this. And then you just say dot click on this, like this. Probably just as a suggestion, and not CT but CY. There you go. Right. Something like this. I don't know. You could do it, but it doesn't matter, to be honest. If you claim that this data CY doesn't work, which I'm a bit confused, because if data CY doesn't work, then the ID shouldn't work either. Do you understand?
We do it.
It's
wasn't it?
It's a mystery.
It is quite a mystery.
Yeah.
I mean, we start with data sci, and then it took us a while, and then all of a sudden, well, ID worked, and so we went with that.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Let's drop it. Oh, okay, but it does count. Okay. Right. And you're forcing a click here. Wow.
because it can't click when it's disabled. So we have to say we'll click it anyway.
So why are you clicking on it if it's disabled?
Well, we're testing that he can't click. I mean, he's clicking, but the disabled attribute is doing so that the on-click is not working, I guess.
So we
That we test.
We can't publish again. It doesn't send another request once it's already published.
So you're basically testing for functionality that will never happen.
Well, once we were testing for some hackers, doing all this kind of stuff with API, so we decided it's a good thing to continue on that flow.
we were being thorough.
Yeah.
So a hacker can always just inspect the element and remove the disabled attribute, and he's not much of a hacker if he does that. But I mean, it's not hacking per se, I would say. I don't know if the chat would agree with me, but what you should have is a test on your backend saying that if you try to publish something twice, you respond with, you can't publish something that is already published. Do you understand, right? But yeah, okay. So basically,
okay.
Data is equal. It is great not to be able to click the button. Is unsuccessful because article is already published. Unsuccessfully because article is already published is not expected to be right. It's not. Yeah. Not the click the button. The confirm button. Yeah. I'm not really on board with this. These two last lines. They're unnecessary. I'm not going to make a big thing out of this, but they are not necessary. Because you see, like end-to-end tests are about testing the functionality that a user can actually perform. Now this kind of test, and we're gonna let this slide, of course. We don't have to make big changes unless you guys will change anything anyway. But what I'm saying is that if you want to make sure that he can't do this, then you should write a component test for it. Because just to test the functionality and test the things. But this, like end-to-end tests, are about the users. Do you understand? Okay. And that's it. You could, if you rephrase this, like if two curious users actually removes the disabled attribute, he still shouldn't be able to do this. Then I could let this slide. But I think that these two first lines are enough on this one.
Sure.
The last two are unnecessary.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Right. So unsuccessfully as a journalist, and yeah, but okay. I would revisit this English, these sentences, right? A little bit. I don't know. I'm not a native English speaker, so what the fuck do I know, right? But it doesn't. There's no flow in this.
No, not in that way.
Right, so we need to be able to read this out loud and understand what it's doing. So don't be afraid of adding more describe logs or context or whatever, to make it into a better flow. Intercept this. We do it. This user can get access to dashboard. Right. This is just a there's nothing new here.
Nope.
This is what we want. This is what we want to avoid.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's why we finally put in that VS Code set.
Okay.
After 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. Should contain premium. Right. Okay. Welcome back, Mr. Fake. Okay. Okay. And what are we doing here?
Well, Netlify, right?
Yeah.
Also after 2.5 weeks.
Okay. It didn't came across in the PR description, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah. Right. True.
Perfect.
So, and what is this for pre-rendering, or what is it for?
If you hit the back button at the moment on the admin page, it renders an error from Netlify that you're not able to find it. So we need to.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So just update the PR description. Just remember this kind of things. Use selector, right? At some point, you're gonna have to make a decision. This is of course not a blocker either. I'm just saying, as out of my own experience, that there will be files where you have a lot of imports, and I've seen that you have some of them. So you probably want to group those imports a little bit. Like, for instance, in my opinion, what we could do is that you import React and any modules from React on top, and then you import Redux stuff underneath that, and then you make a decision whether you want to import some other external modules and shit directly after that, and the things that you control could be imported at the very last, for instance. So it makes sense. They are a little bit jumpy here, but it's not a blocker in any way. I'm just saying, confirming in like present sentence, like right now we're confirming. Set confirming, confirm article to confirming. What is this? What does this do for me?
Let me think for a second. Confirming it's when we click on action, 2 new buttons pop up, and then when we click on publish, these 2 buttons turn into a confirm or cancel. So it's kind of like an extra layer.
So we're just saying confirm. We are in the process of confirming something, and that's why this is okay. I understand.
Yeah. So it's confirming true. Yeah.
Okay.
If we are confirming. Yeah.
Gotcha. And set confirming. Yeah. Update. Yeah. Set confirming. Okay. Role use select state. Action pop action pop up. Why is this lowercase? Oh, because it's okay. I got it. No problem. Oh, okay. Well, I don't get it. Actually, I don't get it. Why is this here? Why is this not a separate component? There's so much here, There's so much stuff. I would extract that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it only takes this article, and it doesn't. Well, it is dependent on the confirming thing.
But we can move that too then.
Yeah. Yeah, I would suggest that you extract that. But I leave this up to you, of course, because I can leave this up to you. But if you're gonna make any changes to this PR anyway, then I would extract it. Okay.
Yeah. We are on it.
Table body, and then you're iterating. Oh, there's you grabbing the first one. Right. I sense a bit of code repetition here, or no? No. Articles 0. Article 0. What is this? What? What does this do for me? Why are we looking at the first index?
Because otherwise, article.author is gonna. No, but that has its own condition also.
Right.
Maybe we don't need that anymore.
I don't think so. And what are articles? Where does articles come from?
From state Redux.
Right. And is this always filled with something? Do you have like an?
Well, it's being filled on first render basically.
But is there an initial state with an empty array or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you don't have this. You probably don't need this
No.
This condition.
I think it's from an error message that we're not shown anymore actually.
Yeah.
So that is disappearing.
Yeah. Revisit that just a thing.
Yep.
Quick. And role editor. Okay. So here you have some logic. Okay. Action. Okay. Then you're showing this. If the guy that is currently logged in is an editor, then you're showing this. Okay. Okay. And then you're, what is, dashboard. Okay, so you move this out from the dashboard. I understand that. Okay.
Yeah.
And you just show this now. Okay, good. Articles. Well, article table is passing down articles. But article table is not receiving anything here. You see the problem? The component is receiving articles as a prop, but then you're pulling the articles from the application state anyway. You see the problem?
Yeah. Yep. It's gone. It's gone. Gone with the wind.
Right. And how many approvals did you have on this?
4.
Because the other stuff is it's a matter of a discussion, but this is like this is a slip.
Yep.
Note that I didn't say fuck up, because it's not a fuck; it's a slip. Right. Authentication sign. Right. I might be missing something here, but portal on close, pop-up, close, open. On close. I don't even know what this does, but it's not part of this PR, so it's not my problem. Welcome back. Welcome. You're using text transform now. Welcome back full name. And what is full name? Is that being served to us from the API?
Yes.
More formatting things.
It's great.
No, it's Windows. This is nice. I like it. I usually just say Windows Store, but this is much better. So this is good, because you only want to have this store available if you are in test environments. So that's good. Headers from local storage source admin system. Yes. Nice. Article body split. Why don't you don't have to do this anymore? Oh, that was the array thingy. Oh no, what was it? Why is this being changed?
Exactly. That was
the array thing. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yes. So we don't need to split.
Okay. But I thought you dealt with this in a chore. I just wonder why is this here?
Actually, maybe that chore never saw the light of day.
Okay.
The others are fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been strange things.
Now I wonder about this though. I'm not sure about this. This is out of scope perhaps, but what if you when you make a put request and you would just make it to articles? Do you understand? Without this article ID, and include this article because you are including this article here, and you include that. Wouldn't that still be hit on our backend? Because the params is included. Do you understand? Like the article ID is included.
Yeah.
I
think you cannot make push request on without ID. I tried. I remember I was doing it. I think on the back end.
Try with rating, right?
And yeah. So that's why it was like a problem. So if we wanted to make a post request, we can make post request to just articles. If we make a push request, it says like it doesn't understand root.
Okay.
Or something like that. So you have to have ID there.
But you had a param for that, But that's the thing is like if you don't have params with an article in it. No, it's probably okay. Don't worry about it. I was just curious if you, I would, I can run this experiment myself. I'm just curious whether how this put request with access actually works. in our context. You understand?
Mhm.
Async publish, update article and publish ID. So okay. So why are you just? I sense a little bit of inconsistency here. Like if you use update and the article, and then you say publish, why don't you put in the article in here? Why are you just pushing in the ID, not the entire article object? I know you don't need the object for anything, but who's
Jesus Christ.
Some
that-
eggs being beaten in the background.
is somebody cooking, Lucas?
Oh, they're making cakes all the fucking time.
Jesus,
Don't
Corona.
complain about that.
What is Corona doing to the right.
Right. The reason, I guess, is we thought we only need ID, so we'll only cast ID.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I guess it's okay, but it's
it's not uniform.
No, it's not uniform, right? Delete out, sign out, async sign out, right? We have a lot of remove out user data. Okay, user data. Okay, that's all right. We usually use current user on this one, but that's okay. Full name, right. Good. You want to do some changes, folks?
Yep.
So I can review this later. Was there something on the API side as well?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe not as well.
No, it's okay. Come on. So I'm not gonna say that it's not ready for prime time. You know that already. Let's see if there's something on the back end, and then we're off. API, right? Right. API provides functionality for editors to see and delete any article. Okay. As an API, to provide editor capital E, probably the editor with proper curation tools. Nice. We need to show an article and provide delete functionality. Okay. Right. I have a meeting in 5, so okay. Right. Only 8 files. We can do this. Folks. This is great. Yeah, I got it. Before action, editor authenticator only. Admin out. Okay. Only destroy. Current user. Editor. Okay. I got it. Oh shoot. There's a lot of stuff here. The Pandit would make it much easier. So I promise you that we will run this. Sure. Let's not even look at this. But there's a lot of else if so.
Yeah.
Raising, thank you for the follow. We're doing a code review for some brave souls that put up with my fascist way to approach code reviews. Right, so again, yeah, so let's not dwell on this too much because we need an authorization package on this. And here we have article evaluation. Current user is journalist and user ID is current user ID. Oh, fuck. So, okay, wow. So you are checking whether the user is the journalist off or if the user actually wrote this. So he needs to be a journalist and the author of this of this article, right? You see, yeah. So you see, we probably would like to call this not user ID but author ID. So the association should belongs to an author using the class user. There's a way to do that because it would create a better DSL, domain specific language, for you in this case. And there's a lot of try. There's a lot of things that can go wrong here. This end sign, it's a slippery slope. Once you've learned this, you tend to use it all over the fucking place, Yeah. You see, and there's a shitload of repetition. Okay, you're not authorized to publish. Yeah, all of this could be extracted. Oh.
Yeah, we talked about that there's probably a fair bit of refactoring that we can do in this file.
Right. But I like this. The new syntax. API create that. Describe successfully. Delete successfully. Delete as editor. Editor, right. Because article does not exist. Okay. 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 First user ID, journalist ID, or journalist 1 and 2. Here I would say for readability, journalist _1, journalist _2. It's better, in my opinion. But fuck, who am I, right? The
guy teaching us good habits.
Yeah. Thank you. Do you? Oh yeah, you do need them. Okay, first article, create user, journalist, create user, role, journalist, right, user, right. So this, just as a thing, it's not a blocker. You can create another subclass of the factory to just say create journalist. It will save you a little time. So any factory that you are using could be subclassed.
Okay.
Editor, create new auth token, right. No, this looks good to me. I didn't say anything that is extraordinary. I can merge this. You know what you did. That could be done better here. But I don't mind. I think this is good. So great. Well, I will not say great. I will say good. Is that okay? You won't hate me for it?
No.
Okay. I'm just gonna say good.
You're muted, Lucas.
Are you saying something? You hate me. That's why you muted yourself. Are you saying fuck? I can read lips,
But so
much time. Can't even find the window either. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they stopped knocking.
All right. So make changes to the other one, and we're good to go. So today we covered how to test Cypress. How to test React Native applications using Cypress. And then we kind of moved away from that and started to do code reviews. And so I did. What truck would that be now? Just so I know. Anyway, okay, whatever. Boys, thank you very much for your attention, chat. Thank you very much for sticking out with me. And this is what I need to work with every day. So that's the story of my life. If there's anything, I am available on Slack for Agile Ventures. If you want to join, it's a great community for developers, and you guys are off the hook. If you want to go, you can go. But I always want to mention this agileventures.org, which is a great community for developers, a lot of open source, a lot of collaboration. And a lot of learning by doing in an agile way. So check it out. And that does it for me. I will be back tomorrow probably. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Thomas.
Awesome.
Cheers,
Thank you.
Thomas.
Cheers. So
Bye.
long. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.